Yeah, it was a really good day today. First and foremost, just good to be in Kinnick, and certainly nice to have an opportunity to work with the kids' captains. It's an outstanding concept. Cheryl Hudson a couple years ago came up with it, and it's really been a great initiative, I think. Fun for us to have a chance to partner with them a little bit, and I think they had a great time and had a good event prior to the scrimmage. And football-wise, just really pleased to have a chance to get in Kinnick and be in front of fans. That might not be as big a deal for older guys, but certainly for some of the younger guys and experienced guys, that is a big thing. And for us to have a chance to really have extended work, live work, it's the first time we've had that this far in camp. So I think that was really good, and a chance to practice some situations again under a higher tempo, something we really need. I think right now, the biggest thing coming off the field, I'd say we have a lot of work to do in terms of awareness, just better understanding situations we're in. And then also our tempo. It clearly has to pick up a little bit, and that's pretty typical of a first scrimmage. So that'll be on our list for this week. We do turn our attention this coming week. We'll be off tomorrow. We've got 7 practices in the next 5 days, Monday through Friday. We'll culminate that with a scrimmage on Friday night under the lights. So that's our next block as we move forward. And what I share with the team, I think out there, the biggest focal points for us right now, better execution of the basics, and that's individual or team-wise. And then the other thing is, we've got to make some sticky plays. And again, that's individuals, whether it's a tough catch, a tough block, tough pass breakup, or as a team, because there are going to be times during the season, again, where we're going to be looking up at the scoreboard in the second half and wondering how we're going to pull that off. So that's just part of it. And, developing that mentality where we can handle those situations is really, really critical if we're going to develop into a good football team. So just kind of wrapping it up, I look back at our first 10 days at camp, 12 workouts now. The team has really exhibited a good positive attitude. They've been working hard. I've been pleased with that, and that really goes back to January. But I can say that about the last 10 days, certainly. And right along with that, really pleased with the way I see our leadership developing. And we're not there yet, but I think the guys are really making a great effort at that. Our older guys are really doing a good job of showing the younger players how to move. And that's going to be really critical as we move forward also. Throw it out for questions. I've been really pleased. As you know, he was hurt a little bit last week. We held him out of the media day on Saturday. But he got back to work midweek, and he's just doing a really nice job. And that goes back. Did a good job last fall, went through a surgery, but had a really good spring. Both he and Jordan Kinzer hit great springs, and they both have really been practicing well. And when I talk about leadership, I'd include both those guys right up there at the top. They're really doing a good job and embracing that.
Coach, I think Hayden Fry didn't believe in playing ones against ones. He wanted the guys to leave the field with some confidence. You've always believed in the one against one philosophy. Why do you think that's so valuable to the team?
The first time Dan McCartney and I did a one-on-one drill, ones versus ones, Coach Rye, as fast as I ever saw him move in 9 years, actually. When I was here, came down and explained his philosophy about that. And there's no right or wrong answer to it, but I really believe, especially in a program like ours, our younger guys, the best way for them to learn that tempo and really understand it is to go against guys that have been out there on the field. And sometimes you don't get those matchups, sometimes you do. Right now it's just kind of worked out that way for our offensive tackles and defensive tackles. And it's painful at times. It's not always pretty, but I think the end result is going to be positive. And there are a couple plays today that a couple of our tackles would like to have back, but the good news is I think at least I felt like I started seeing some growth and improvement midweek from those guys. And it's not going to show up every play right now, but it's ongoing, and as long as we're gaining ground, that's a big thing, and I think we are right now.
A little bit with the first team, mostly with the second team of guard. That's a lot of progress for a guy who's essentially still a true freshman when he went through spring drills.
I'm going to break the Buckley amendment. He's on the dean's list in the spring too. So he's a tremendous young guy. He's really handled it real well. I always worry a little bit about a guy leaving high school early. I think having LaShawn here helped a great deal, but having him on campus for just a week, you can see he really operates at a good level. So we'll see how it goes. That's an open book right now, and we'll let him continue to compete. He's doing a good job. There's some things he has to learn. It's probably true of most of our players. You talk about the line, little technique things that you're battling. And I was thinking about that out on the field today. I'll never forget when Eric Steinbach had his breakthrough moment, fall of 2001. I can't remember. It was a Tuesday. I can't remember what week it was, but he had this little hitch or, little deficiency that we were having a hard time getting him corrected on. And once he got through, he broke the ice on her. I just looked right at Joe Philbin. He looked at me. I mean, we both saw the same thing, and it was just, he took off after that. So I think that's where we're at with some of the linemen. I'm not putting James quite in that category, but I think once he gets his techniques cleaned up a little bit, he's got a chance to, he might be in the mix. So we'll see how that plays out.
At this point, what do you